Welcome to Imperfect Mommying. Our children are constantly looking to us for examples. The term role model doesn't quite cut it here. We are shaping their worldview with every move we make. You see, it's not in the lectures we give or moments where we are actively attempting to teach them. It's in the micro movements we make, the unconscious ways in which we navigate life. We are constantly teaching our children how to show up for themselves, their friends, their future partners, and even their future children. So what can we do to ensure we are raising thoughtful, compassionate, self-aware human beings? We have to become them ourselves. No one is perfect, but we can still all be better, and it starts with self-healing. Let's get to it. Welcome back to Imperfect Mommying podcast and to the Mom Happy Hour if you are inside the Raising Enlightened Children Facebook group. And if you're not inside the Raising Enlightened Facebook group, Enlightened Children, Raising Enlightened Children Facebook group, come and join us because we go live every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And after we have our little chat and a little lesson, then we go into his private Zoom room to discuss. And we'd love to support you. So welcome, Melanie. Good to see you. Your hair's cute.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, Alicia. Welcome, everybody. Hi. Yes, and we are so happy to be here for this Mom Support Hour to, just share a tool or a tidbit or a lesson or answer a question, and just have a discussion. And then, as Alicia said, for those of you that are here live with us, we'll log off, go into the Zoom room so that we can actually just have an open private discussion.
Absolutely. And today we are talking about unconditional love and what that means and how we can unconditionally love our children in a way that they feel unconditionally loved. Do you want to unpack that
absolutely.
a little bit?
So, I can talk about I can talk about me, right? Like I grew up hearing this word unconditional love, and it sounds so yummy. Like it sounds delicious when I say, you go, oh, there's unconditional love, or I was unconditionally loved, or I unconditionally love you. And the truth is that unconditional love, as yummy as it sounds, is actually very difficult. It's a love that is not the easy kind of love, right? It's not the romantic, easy, honeymoon stage of the relationship kind of love, whether it's a honeymoon stage with our babies, who are sleeping infants on our chests, or the honeymoon stage in a relationship with a partner. It's the unconditional love really is the kind of love that's the messy kind of love. It's the love that's, it's hard to love somebody sometimes when we don't like them.
True.
Right? So, and there are times that I have not or don't like my children, or it's not so much that I don't like them, it's that I don't like what they're doing. Let's say, if I don't like something somebody is doing, it's easy to then, like from my programming, to then play love takeaway, or not want to display or show love, or like I don't really want to, not that I don't want to feel the love, like it's hard for me to access that love. And so in those moments, what I do is, like, let's say my child, or I've had parents, I recommend to parents is, when we get into that, like, we're mad, we're upset, is to take that pause and think about 1 to 3 things that you do love about that person. Just 1 to 3 things, or something that they did, or something. And what happens when you do that, when we do that as humans, is shifts, and then I come from is very different. And even simple things like, let's say we want our kids to clean it, or we're getting angry, or we want them to be putting their dishes, and we get like angry or upset, or, you know, because we feel like they're not listening to it. So in those moments, you know, it circles back around to the pause, but then also for me to be very aware of that, to not then play love takeaway, and not to make my child feel to love them.
I love the way that you described it, as love takeaway. And I think that at some point it would behoove us and our audience to really dissect the difference between person and performance, because that's a relatively new concept.
Alicia, she wants to share with us. Can you hear me, my love?
I can hear you now. I just,
oh, no.
You can't hear me, or can you hear me?
No, you were frozen. So your screen froze, and then you kind of like, so I'm like, she's saying really good stuff. All I heard was person and performance. That's all I heard.
Yeah, so I just switched to my hotspot. So sorry for the disconnect and the pause. But you know, the universe wanted us to demonstrate practicing the pause.
Absolutely. and unconditional love. I unconditionally love you, my love. So there you go.
Amazing. I unconditionally love you as well. I think that we should unpack the difference between person and performance at some point, because it was a new concept for me when I joined our coaching community. And so it's not really something that I see out there talked about a whole lot. And it's really like, we have several courses on raising praise junkies, and what are some other courses that you can think of that kind of talk about, you can't hear me again?
No, I can, but it's not on raising praise junkies. It's on not raising praise
junkies. Not raising praise junkies. Yeah. Like, we raise praise junkies, which is why we want to learn how to not do that.
Right.
You know, but we're
raising praise junkies. I'm like, no. We don't have a course on that. Like,
I'm trying to think. I know there's a couple of other courses that we have that kind of talk about this person versus performance, and it's definitely something we can do a live about, or a podcast about in the future. But I think what's, to kind of sum it up really quickly, is that it's really important for a child to understand that you love them, and you may not like the behavior that they're displaying. And that's actually, I've had these kinds of conversations with my son, and he doesn't get it yet. He's like, I said, you're a good person. This behavior is behavior that I don't really like, but like, you are not your behavior. You are a person who is amazing and has an amazing heart. And there's behaviors that you do that I don't like sometimes, and there's behaviors I do that you don't like sometimes. Like, it's a two-way street. So I think that would be a really powerful conversation to have in the relatively near future.
I love that. Yeah, definitely unpack that. And then just as a, maybe, I know I'll be traveling next week, Alicia, so maybe it's something you can just have a discussion about, but really that really is the root, right? Where so much of our perfectionism comes from, and then so much of our procrastination comes from, because we want to be perfect. We feel like we need to be perfect to be loved. And
Yeah.
then it becomes all about the people pleasing and the outside, and we lose touch with who we are. And then the procrastination, because we're too afraid to try or want to try because we are afraid we're not going to reach that level of perfectionism. And so it's just, it just becomes like a hot mess. So yes, I love that as a follow-up discussion to this, and hope that those of you that will be able to, that are here live now, that we're going to jump into the Zoom room with, will join us for next week's discussion. And, we're going to go into the Zoom room now to talk about your questions and what's coming up for you this week, whether it's on this topic or anything else that's coming up, questions, comments, just general support that you want. And then also want to just mention that next week, we will actually, talking about going live, we're going to be starting our 5-week course, where we're going to be doing a really deep dive into this, which is in Brentwood in Los Angeles. So if anybody is local and wants to come in person, you should please definitely let us know, get a hold of us, reach us at info@raisingenlightenedchildren.com. And we can send you more information on that. It's going to be on Thursdays from 8:30 to 10:30 Pacific time, starting next Thursday.
Absolutely. And I'll actually drop the link for where you can sign up if it's something that you're interested in and you get some more information, but absolutely feel free to email us at info@raisingenlightenedchildren.com. And so we're going to end the live portion now and jump in with those that are in the waiting room. So we will have another episode of Imperfect Mommying coming for you all on Thursday. I will be live next Tuesday, all by my own sim, because Melanie will be traveling home. And until we meet again, keep healing. Bye, guys.
Thank you for tuning in to Imperfect Mommying. It's time for us to step up and realize that our power is not in trying to shape our children. Our power lies in shaping ourselves into the people we want our children to model themselves after. Don't just do it for your kids. Do it for yourself. When you become a more self-aware, compassionate, and confident person, you and everyone around you benefit. For more information about me and my work, visit AliciaLyons.com. That's ALYSIALYONS.com. See you next time.